Welcome to the Juice Crew podcast.
What's going on? What's going on?
Where ex-athletes come to relive their glory days and talk about life beyond the game. So grab a cup and enjoy.
Enjoy.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers. Hey, cheers. So, D-Lo, let me just start this off real quick. As you guys can see, we're back with the videos. I know you guys like to see our lovely faces, but this is Juice Crew history right here. This is the first time in history we have multiple guests, and when I say I grew up with these dudes are really like my brothers. You know, I can say everybody at this table right now is like my brothers. Really grew up with these guys. Excellent football players. I mean, they kind of all right in basketball. You know, we've been growing up and kind of kicking on them a little bit growing up. But they definitely got me on the football. We got my younger brother, Ali Brightwell, in the building. We got my older brother, Saleem Brightwell, in the building. Say what's up.
Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody?
And before we just get into it, just introduce yourselves. Who is Saleem? Who is Ali? Talk to the Juice Crew family.
So my name is Saleem Brightwell. I went to University of Pittsburgh, played football. Grew up in Paterson, New Jersey with Landon, Big Bro, Ali. You feel me? All of us grew up together. So, yeah, man.
Paterson to Pittsburgh. I'm sure that was two very different environments.
It was, definitely. Pittsburgh, it's cool. You feel me? It's definitely different environment, different than Jersey. But you feel me? Back in Jersey, you know, that's a place to be. You feel me? Jersey. Jersey, we lit. You know, so.
Jersey home. We're going to dive in more into Pittsburgh days and all that kind of stuff. But Ali, you know, introduce yourself. Who is Ali?
Yo, what's good, everybody? My name's Ali Brightwell. My brother, Saleem, my little brother, Landon, my boy, brother. Ty, my boy, his uncle. Feel me? So I'm from Paterson, New Jersey. Went to school, elementary school, Clifton, New Jersey. That's where St. Brendan days.
Oh, here we go again.
Hey, more. Yeah, we got more sides.
We can say that. We can say that.
I forgot about that.
And then I went to Paramus Catholic, and then Wagner College, and then Kutztown University. And now I'm here right now, so.
Sure, glad to have you guys. You know, it's been a long time coming. You know, when we started this, we always wanted to have you guys because really this is kind of like where it started for me. You know, I really grew up with you guys, fell in love with the game of basketball, and even sports in general, just with them. So I'm just glad to have you guys in the building today.
And real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out. It is MLK Day.
Yes.
We always got to salute our
to a pioneer,
the pioneer, the founder, the black of the black. Honestly, if you really think about it, he's kind of the founder almost of the Black Lives Matter movement, or one of, at least, at the very least. So, you know, it wasn't called Black Lives Matter at the time, but if you think about where we are now as a society, you know, a lot of our messages are shaped around what Martin Luther King was trying to preach. So, shout out to Martin Luther King on Martin Luther King. It is your day.
It's your day.
But yeah, we're going to dive right into it. So, go ahead, Ty. You kind of kick us off here.
Yeah, definitely. We gotta start, where we gotta start. And,
where are we starting?
I mean, I gotta talk about, how I got to meet, Saleem and Ali. It's great to have them both on the podcast, but they went to St. Brandon's with Landon. I know you guys have heard about, 3 different versions of this story, but I guess we might as well give you version 4 and version 5 because I don't think it's gonna change much. We got 2 St. Brandon's here, but for the record, again, I state my case. I was not at the game when we played them in my 8th grade year. I don't know what happened, so I'm gonna let Saleem and Ali. What happened? St. Brendan's versus St. Andrews.
Wait, hold on.
I know they heard my story, but I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just let them talk it and watch. It's gonna
let me tell the story. Okay. So this what happened, right? We in the league. I'm in 8th grade. Ty and Landon ain't 7th grade. Ali's in 5th grade. So that was when I was in trouble, right? Was I hurt?
I think so. Yeah, it was crazy. It's like we had Liam on the roster.
I was hurt.
We had like 2-3 games in the whole season.
Yeah. So actually,
Liam was the game changer.
Yeah. So actually, what happened was I missed like the first 4 games. I was in trouble for my mom doing something crazy. I got in trouble, and then I got hurt the game I came back. So I was out for like a couple months. The game I came back, we played Ty's team. It was like maybe like 2. It was like 5-6 weeks into the season. Like our team was like 2-12, but we had everybody back that one game. We played Ty. I promise you. We beat them. The score was like 85 to 20.
Yeah, bro.
It was 85 to 20. I promise you.
Ty, it hasn't been looking good.
It wasn't.
You have yet to bring on a guest that has backed you up, Ty. I've been hearing a lot of ass kickings for you, Ty. You need to.
Y'all working against me, bro. Y'all working against me, D-Lo. But as the one neutral party, you've gotten to hear this story how many times and how many different scores have you got? Like you ain't even get. We're not.
What Tyler say? What Tyler say?
Well, I wasn't there, but I still don't think we lost by 60.
No,
y'all lost.
It was 80 to 20.
It was 85 to 20.
All right, your side. All right, so I remember right in practice, like this was like a day or so before the game. My coach came up to me. He was scouting. He was like, all right, so whatever number you wore, he was like, number 1, he shoots from the bottom like this. He shoots from here up. I was like, all right, bet. And he was like, Ali, I need you to guard Ty, or to guard number 1, face up, guard number 1 the whole game. I don't think you scored the whole game. It was face to face. I was in like this.
I don't even know what the details. I just know y'all got blown the fuck out.
I will say to defend my guy Ty. I will say he was outnumbered, and it was like Ali said the day before the game. 2 days we had an idea. It was. It was either Leem was gonna get him, I was on him. We had Ali going. So we had the bodies, and I'm pretty sure Ty in elementary school 2 days prior probably wasn't getting ready to be, jumped on by 3 different.
I say this though. Out of the 20 points y'all did have, Ty had like 15.
Yeah. I'll give him, for
Ty,
sure.
We'll give you that.
Nah, bro.
Ty got his.
Ali don't sound like he's jacking that. Ali's not jacking
that. Ty had 8. You had 8. You feel me? I had the point.
It was my job, bro. It was my responsibility to guard Ty, bro.
All right, Ty, you had 8. We'll give you 8.
Serious?
Hall of Fame lockdown defender, Ali. Give him the badge. Stamp.
That's my shit.
Hey, back in the day,
that's them days,
used to not pull up to the games with lotion on him, but he'll lock the best player up. That's a fact.
That is those days. And speaking of those days, I want you guys to kind of talk about how did you guys really start to get into sports. You both played football and basketball at a young age. Obviously, this rivalry has took us all the way to this point in our lives. So how did you guys both, start to really get into sports when you guys were younger?
So yeah, man. So I mean, my dad was into sports, so that was just a given. You feel me? Like we all just followed in our dad's steps. He wanted to play sports, so we automatically fell into that. And then growing up next to Landon, his big bro Lionel, our big bro Lionel. Well, basically we've been playing against each other like in the backyard basketball since we were like 6, 7 years old. So sports it's just been in our background. You feel me? So like, yeah, we play all sports: baseball, basketball, football. You feel me? And then. Yeah, man, it just ended up playing sports, finding out what you're good at, and then you just kept following through with it. You feel me? That's how it really happened.
So Ali, I'm hearing some backyard basketball. Any stories that you could think of when you was getting into sports? Like any of those stories with Landon, Saleem, his brother Lionel?
Just before you go, I like to give people flowers when they're due. I will say at an early age. You were a pick and roll demon. I will say, because we could speak on it because we played. The higher levels you go up, bigs. It's like they don't get that. Right. Yeah, they don't get the rolling properly, catching the ball, finishing strong. But it was crazy. Ali at like the age of 8 or 9. When Lionel used to call for them ball screens, he was rolling. It was like Kobe and Pau Gasol back in the day. So I'll let Ali explain his story, but I had to give you them flowers. But.
Yeah, that's pretty much like how I got into sports. The same way, just grew up into it. It's just natural, just for me to see my brother playing it and my dad played it, and just being around other people who play sports. So that's how I got into it. But yeah, the backyard basketball. That shit was bad.
Boy.
If Lionel was here, but it was me and Lionel versus Saleem and Landon. And it would be like every time we went over there, so like almost like every other day or so.
Pretty much, yeah, because we live
in the summer, probably.
Yeah, like I kid you not, Ali, Saleem and Ali, they live right next to me. There's, we have like a barrier between our backyards. It's a crazy jump. Back in the day, Ali used to just jump over his backyard fence and land in my backyard. And that's kind of how we started hoops. Ali kind of just jumping in the back. So, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
But I just will say, growing up on the block and just playing different sports, it just gave us an avenue, just something to do. And just keeping our heads out of trouble because I know we can all speak on it. We've all met people who if only they had sports in their lives, they would have stayed away from the knucklehead decisions and just given them a path to, achieve something, goals and something, to follow and set their dreams on. So it was just, I guess you could say saved my life, if you will. We had the whole block every day just playing sports because my mind was focused on sports instead of, doing miscellaneous stuff and just knucklehead stuff.
So Saleem, tell us a little bit about that. Like, what impact did sports have on you specifically, like growing up, and then Ali, you follow as well. Kind of, what do you think? Did that change for you? I mean, going to Pittsburgh and full ride scholarship, I'm sure that helped out your parents as well. But talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, to be honest, like sports made me the man I am today. To be honest, like just every sport I played. Like when I was younger, I wanted to play basketball. I was locked in on basketball, and I seen how you work hard at something, you get better at it slowly. You feel me? So, like I said, I play every sport. I was just naturally athletic. So, I mean, I played basketball. I worked at it. I love basketball, and I played football too because I was just good at it. But also, just being from Paterson, it's a rough area. You feel me? Like y'all know, you feel me? Y'all from that, so it's just like being put in that area when I was younger, being having to face people that from the area like that, it's going to push you. You feel me? Because versus being like you play football or basketball in the suburbs somewhere where they just playing because it's just whatever. They just playing for fun. But you playing against kids from a certain area, they using that sport to get out. You feel me? So
that's all they got.
Exactly. So I'm playing football when I'm 8 years old, 9 years old when I first started, and people you messing up, you getting people talking shit, they making fun of you. You playing basketball. I remember I played a basketball game. I was like 5th grade. And I wasn't that good at basketball like that. I shot an air ball. I had the kids booing at me, yo, leave, like fans making fun of me, parents make. So it was just like, it's competitive, man. So like, that really showed me like how hard you really got to grind in the sport, how much effort you really got to put in to over succeed people. And like being from that area, you got some dogs. You feel me? And it's not a. Like I was saying, it's not a good area. So like people, they get caught up in messed up things and some messed up shit. But at the end of the day, you're going to play with the best of the best. So if you don't bring your A game, if you don't bring that dog out, anything you play, you're going to get pummeled. You feel me? So that's why I'm grateful for just being from Paterson, playing football there or playing sports there from up until I was in middle school and slowly going to high school, because that just made me, that was the foundation of who I am, you feel me, and everything. Now I do everything with that dog mentality, you know, and I built that from when I was younger, from playing in that area. So that's all I can say about that.
Real quick, too, before you answer, Ali, I just want to kind of touch on that, too. I heard a lot of similarities within your story with mine. A kid that just had a lot of natural athleticism and was kind of using that to his advantage when I was younger a lot of times. And growing up, like you said, Paterson is a tough-nosed city. You guys are Paterson made. You guys are Paterson built. Like, you could tell you guys have that toughness within you. And I can speak on the difference of that toughness. Growing up in an area like that, my father and most of my family are from Paterson, New Jersey. I grew up in the town next over, a smaller town called Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And the difference, and I played in both towns, and you can just see it off the bat. The competition and the mentality of the kids around there is just different. The first time I ever played in a Paterson kind of setting, it was some guy. My dad was reffing, and he knows a bunch of guys around there. He's plugged in and stuff like that. And it was an AAU tournament going on, and one of the teams just needed an extra player, and was like, I was there, so they were like, "Yo, do you want to play?" I'm like, "Sure." Now at that time, I really hadn't had much exposure outside of my town at Elmwood Park, so I'm not gonna lie to you, I was scared as hell. And I played scared as hell. I played terrible. Like, no front. Like, I no bullshit. I played terrible that game. And it was from that day on that I realized the difference in the mindset on how I have to approach the game and how do I have to approach my walk of life. You know what I mean? Because there's people out here that are starving for it. People that come from blessed situations that need to get out of a certain situation this is it for them, some of them. Right. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that and give my story. But yeah, Ali, speak on your kind of impact and how sports has impacted your life growing up too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys pretty much like summed it up pretty well. Like just growing up in Paterson and playing sports in Paterson, that really just grew me into who I am today for real. Just because if you're not playing good on the court or playing good on the field, then you're not going to play. Like Saleem said, you're going to get made fun of, you're going to get booed and all this stuff. So really just growing me up like to who I am today for real, just being the man who I am today for real. Like, because you guys pretty much summed it up.
Yeah, definitely. And Ali, specifically for you, being able to see kind of Saleem be, great above you, kind of seeing him and what he was able to accomplish. Anything that you were able to take from him in his game, either football or basketball, like any piece, or like was it his work ethic, like that inspired and motivated you?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll go back to like high school, especially like I'll be watching his film sometimes. Like I'm like, damn, he's nice. Like just watching him, just really like trying to do what he was doing. I'm like, especially going to PC, you already know, like, they called him Saleem the Dream. So I'm coming into PC, they call me Lil Leem and all this stuff. So Saleem was nice. Like, he had the clout in PC. Like, he was really going crazy. Like, the best, one of the best, probably the best linebacker in New Jersey, for real.
Wow.
So that's my brother. I'm looking up to my brother. So I'm just, like, freshman year of high school, I was playing basketball. And I didn't really like football, for real. I was like, 130, 6'3". That's a twig. So I didn't really like football. I was just chilling. And then, like, just being around PC, like, how it's the football culture and just really just seeing what you can do from it. I'm like, all right, let me just, like, tighten up. Let me start getting right. So just, I just started playing football and just started playing just like, I could play, I could get a scholarship, so I could just get school for free. So let me just do this thing. So I was just playing. And eventually, I got some scholarships, and then I'll bring it into college. So I went to Wagner College, and at college, I didn't really my first 2 years of college at Wagner, I wasn't really, it was a terrible situation, So I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I'm just gonna say that if you have a scholarship to Wagner College, do not go.
My pops went there to play football too back in the day.
He went to Wagner?
Finish, yeah, but he went to Paterson Catholic High School, all that, and then
Paterson
ended up
Catholic
getting a
is
scholarship
tough.
to Wagner and
Paterson
went there to play
Catholic.
too.
Wow,
That's days,
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
bro.
But yeah, Ali, I mean, you talk about, some of the inspirations that your brother has set out for you. Saleem, talk about maybe being that role model in Ali's life, thinking about that when you were older, realizing you have a little brother, and being conscious of some of your decision making so that it doesn't, so your little brother can see like this is the path that you need to take. These are the way to kind of do things. Talk about a little bit of that for you.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, you already know, but like when I was younger, like our dad passed away when I was like maybe like 8th grade. Eighth grade, 9th grade. Yeah, for sure. So, when that happened, that shit really opened. I'm like, all right, like now I gotta really like step this shit up. You feel me? So I mean, I feel like me, I'm more of somebody that I'm not gonna really sit down and be like, yo, we gotta do this. I'm just gonna try to lead from example. You feel me? So me, I'm like going to the league. That's because at that time I was like, all right, going to the league, I could really give my family riches, well, all that type stuff. So I made that decision when I was in, like I said, like I always liked basketball, and I played basketball when I was in 9th grade, and I realized like football I could go way further. So I quit everything. I locked the fuck in football, and I'm just gonna grind. I'm just gonna work my ass off, and I know about me working my ass off while everybody's out partying, doing this, and that. I'll be going to the park, and Ali would see me. Like I'll go to the park at 7 in the morning on Saturday when I was 15, 14, doing bleachers. So it was just like everything that happened in my life, it happened because I worked towards it. So basically, just trying to set the standard for my younger brother and sister, just showing them that you could do anything you believe in, anything you work for, anything you put the time into, you can do that, And like I said, I just try to set from example, just showing them that like you go to the park and work, or whatever you want to do, go and do this, and just, I don't know, yeah, like I said, I just try to set from example, and like I knew they were watching me, you feel me? So I just try to, yeah, but just lead by example, you feel me? And they obviously, like he's seeing that, you feel me? And the thing is too, like, when you're doing something, you so into it too, like you don't realize like how closely they really watching. You feel me? Because it's crazy. Because like me, when I was playing in high school, like obviously that time of PC days, like that was like we were like #1 in the country. Like we started out, we weren't in rank. Like nobody knew what PC was. By my senior year, we was like the best team in the whole America. Me and all my boys had numerous offers of 4-star, 5 stars, So it was crazy. Like I was just grind, playing the game, and I was just so much in locked in mode. Like maybe last year, my little bro was talking to me. We were talking, so he was like, you guys look like we were inspired by y'all. Like we used to watch the games, like, oh shit, like this is crazy. You feel me? I never really looked at it like that because I was just putting my head down, focused. But when I was grinding, I definitely knew that I was trying to set an example and just show my younger siblings, even y'all, you feel me? Everybody that's close to me, that you could do whatever you put your mind to. So that's what like I said, just set by example. You feel
even
me?
just speaking on your point, just setting the example. It's funny you say that. I mean, her birthday just passed, but baby sis Yaz, shout out to Yaz.
I heard she's a beast.
Yeah,
we gonna have her
She's
soon.
about to get offers too.
When she go to the WNBA, we gonna have her on here and she gonna tell her story and everything. But it's just crazy to see just, the hard work you put in when you was like 14, 15. I remember just last summer I was looking out my window and I saw Yaz, because she plays basketball. So I saw her outside her house with the 2 basketballs and the plastic, wrapped over the basketballs, getting handling it. And at the time, what was she like 14, 15, 14, that same age. And it was just, it's crazy to see how, like you said, you really don't know when you're locked in who's really watching.
Right.
So, you sacrificing your time and making smart decisions, that just bled on to your younger siblings, because look at what Ali's been doing. Ali was balling, went to college for the sport and everything. Yasmin probably gonna do the same exact thing. So, just shout out to you for putting your head down and working.
And he not the only one that's noticed that work, because look, I didn't even grow up by y'all, but a few times I've came over to Landon's house and stuff like that, like, she out there working. Like, every time I see the ball flying over, I'm like, damn, she really out here working. So salute to you with that. And I can kind of relate to you being, that older brother. I'm the oldest for my siblings as well. And just seeing how they kind of take a lot of what or similarities, maybe even teams or the way they just look up to you. My youngest brother, he looks up to me in the most ways. He follows all the same sports teams that I liked at the end of the day. So just having that type of hands-on impact on a younger sibling is huge. And I found that to be, huge as well in my journey as well. But we look at, your guys' playing career now at PC. Ali, I want you to kind of touch on this first, since you said you were definitely leaning more basketball than football when you were going into PC. So is there any difference in the culture at PC that you saw that was different with, basketball and football? Can you talk about like the differences between playing basketball and football at PC?
Mm-hmm. All right. So my freshman year at PC, I was immediately put on the JV team because somebody named Coach Drew, he was our coach. That was the funniest season I've ever had in my life.
That season was common.
But what year was that for us?
That was our junior year. That's Mac.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like y'all got some takes on that too. Well, I'll let Ali continue. But
yeah, so it was the funniest season I've ever had, but we didn't win one game.
Yeah, he's not lying.
We didn't win one game. We were getting blown out by 30 at half every single game.
So. Ali, sorry to interrupt you, but what? So you're getting blown out 30 at half.
Yeah.
Right? What would he say at halftime? Was he giving out X's and O's to get the team right?
There's one halftime. I forgot who we were playing, but it was halftime. And I don't know if you guys remember Marcellus.
Yeah.
All right, so he had a fro, a high fro. So he was in front of the classroom. He was like, Marcellus, come here. So he took Marcellus, he took his hair and erased the board with his hair during the halftime.
What?
And then I start laughing. And he gets mad. He's like, Ali, shut the fuck up. I was like, but he's just playing around, bro. You gotta meet him. You gotta meet him, bro.
What in the world?
Terrible. I remember we'll be sitting on the side of the JV games ready for, waiting till it ends. Because you know how varsity is. They'll sit, watch a little bit JV games, then we head out, get ready. So we'll be sitting there, chilling, whatever, waiting for our time, listening to headphones. And he'll call us into one of these halftime, meetings or whatever. And he would just have us stand there in the corner and it was almost like comedy night. And he would just test out new material on 15-year-old kids and just to make us laugh. And it's it was like, bro, you're losing by 40 right now. Yeah. Why are we roasting kids? 13-year-old kids. Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
That was.
You got any Coach Drew stories, Ty? Shit. Anybody got a Coach Drew story?
I got so many Coach Drew stories.
Oh my God.
One Coach Drew story, bro. It was He was on the side, bro. He was coaching one of y'all games. I don't know if maybe y'all were juniors.
Yeah.
Juniors or sophomores. Like, y'all weren't in the game. But that was when PC was, that was like when we were like 0-20 something. Yeah. And you had Coach Matt coaching and Drew was the assistant coach, bro. So during the game, I'm in the stands, I'm just watching the game because I'm cool with Drew. That's my dog. So I got his number and shit. So I'm just watching the game, chilling. I get a text. I look at my phone. It's from Coach Drew. He's like, these motherfuckers suck. And he looking at me, see if I'm reading the text, laughing. I'm like, you supposed to be coaching, bro. Like, yeah. So Coach Drew, crazy, bro.
I could see the culture difference right then and there because, well, there's a reason I've never lost to Paramus Catholic basketball, but I have definitely taken my fair share of losses against Paramus Catholic football because y'all was. Wow. What year did you graduate, Lane? You graduated in what,
2015?
2015. So yeah, you're a year older than us. So yeah, so you were there for the ass whoopings against us.
You lived an experience.
Look, tell me if you remember the game. You were definitely there when you guys played us in the state championship when Brill transferred in for that first year. Yeah. That would have been my freshman year, so your sophomore year. Yeah. Talk about that championship game because I was there. I was at Metlife. I wasn't playing at the time, but I was there watching it. And the specimen of Jabril Peppers was just like he was on full display. Like you could tell why he was the number 2 player in the country at the time. And you guys. He was a freak, yeah. So talk about that game, your experience in the championship game back then.
That game. So I actually do got a funny story about Brill. So I remember like my sophomore year, like, I was playing safety. So there's actually a blessing in disguise because this is how I got moved to linebacker. But I played safety, and I remember like my freshman year, I heard Brill was transferring. So I'm like, man, I'm still starting. Like I'm playing safety. He's coming from my position. All my boys is like, bro, you're not playing, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm starting, bro. I don't care about that. Like I'm locked in.
Yeah.
So our first practice, like the summertime, like in my sophomore year, I remember like we was sitting on the bench just chilling, right? And we chilling. I'm like, yeah, I'm starting, man. I'm playing safety, whatever. So I remember, bro, he was walking down the steps. Bro, he was chiseled, bro. He looked like a grown man. You feel me? Like walking. So I'm like, man, I don't need nothing, bro. Somebody threw the ball. This man, he caught the ball with one hand, looked at the ball, threw the ball, did like a backflip or some shit. But I was looking at my man. I was like, yeah, I probably ain't gonna start. But then they moved.
The position change?
Yeah, so actually when he came, they put him at safety. They moved me to linebacker, and then it just took off from there. So it was a blessing in disguise. You feel me?
Look, that shows your talent, though. That shows your. Even though he played the same position, we still had to keep you on the field. Like we still we gonna find a new position for you. Don't worry about that.
And even that mentality too. Like how many dudes we've known, you know, they get the word that transfer is coming and they'll, you know, just tuck their tail. And Liam was like, nah, I don't care what you rank, you know, that's my spot.
Yep.
You know, I believe I worked hard for it and I'm gonna try and keep it.
They definitely moved my ass. They definitely moved.
Yeah, add on one of the Burl stories. I mean, I remember with my guy Fly, you know, because it was a ritual, you know, high school kid football games, everybody's popping out. It was one of the things like PC football is nice. You just had to be there, so you throwing on your best fit, you know, trying to look at the little honeys, whatever, watching the game. So I'm talking to Fly, and I'm like, okay, we got word about this Jabril dude coming. You know, like let's see what it is. You know, I got my popcorn ready. I got my spot. Let's see it. So I'm talking to Ty like, all right, there's a lot of gas around him. You know, we gotta see what he's about. Now I remember first kickoff, they kicked it straight to him. I think he was playing Joe's or something. And he brought that straight to the crib. I was like, okay. And I was like, all right, this is why. This is why they was gassing.
PC definitely had some freaks. PC had some dogs. Had some freaks. Definitely played some freaks.
Like I said, we never beat PC in the Jabril era. Like, y'all was killing us. We were sophomore year, we were terrible.
When he left, we blew y'all the fuck out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true too. Yeah, but we finally was able to get y'all after he left at least once. But then we got some Ali time at PC because now transitioning in. Now we got Rashawn Gary coming up, the number 1 player in the country. You got any stories playing with Rashawn and those teams that you were playing on at PC? And any stories you got?
So I know playing Bergen, I only beat you guys once my freshman year. So that was a little, you know, we always wanted to fucking beat Bergen. We always wanted to beat Bergen, but we only beat y'all once. But yeah, playing with Big Ra, I played with him. I was a sophomore when he was a senior. So just being around him, yeah, that whole team was fire. Like we went 3-6 that year. But that whole team was fire because we went to IMG and we ended up losing to IMG only by like a touchdown. Yeah. So that just shows like how good we really were. But it was just, a couple of things weren't going right during the season. But yeah, just playing around, just the culture, playing around, like being around PC, like all them people who go in D1, like it's normal. Yeah. It's just, it just rubs off on you. So it's just normal seeing that every day.
Sure. And then just to kind of build on, so you have, it's kind of for both you guys, you have the star-studded names, top overall recruits, guys left and right going Division I. What did, just having that culture, just that iron sharpening iron and just having so much talent for so many years. You talk about you had your run where you had all this talent, and Ali has his own separate run where he has that talent as well. Just what did that do for you guys as football players? Just being surrounded by all of these football players who's going to this top school, who's going to this power conference. What did that do for you?
Yeah, so I mean, like that's also a blessing too, because like everything, like your environment makes you what you are. You feel me? So like, if I'm seeing all my friends around me, like I said, all my best friends, everybody I play with, basically went D1. You feel me? D1, 1AA, maybe like 30 plus people. You feel me? Everybody's 4-star, 5-star. So that means when you compete, you gotta bring your A game every day. You feel me? So going against somebody that's a 4-star, 5-star in practice every single day, you got colleges coming watching y'all practice. You feel me? I'm going against them, and I'm fucking them up in practice. So when it gets in the game, I'm like, I'll beat his ass in practice. You definitely can't block me. You feel me? So that just gives me extra confidence. You feel me? Because like Bro was nice, but we had so many other great players on our team that I'll go up against and be like, damn, like I'm doing this to him. So when I'm playing in the game, it was just like I was untouchable. So that's how we all felt. I feel like that's why in high school we were so nice. You feel me? Because we just had like our confidence was just out the roof, and we had a great coach too, Coach Paterson. He's the coordinator of Ole Miss right now, so that shows you the type of coaches we had. You feel me? So I don't know, it was just like extreme confidence that nobody could touch us. You feel me? And it showed on the field, and ended up just flipping the whole program around. So yeah, that was a crazy time, man. Definitely blessed to be a part of something like that.
So. One question I have for you guys, for both of you guys, since you guys both received, Division I scholarships to play football, what was it like getting that first, that first level of recruitment interest and then receiving that first offer for both of you guys? Talk a little bit about that experience and what it was like when you guys first, received that letter and said, wow, this is my first official, scholarship offer.
Yeah. So my first offer was actually from Robert Morris in PA. So I remember I was a junior, and this was after the season. Yeah, this was after we won the chip, and we was working out, and I walked out the weight room. They actually came and visited me a couple of times, watched me and shit, but I walked out the weight room a couple of weeks later, and Coach Sabella, my head coach, he came up to me and was like, yo, Robert Morris is about to offer you. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he's about to offer you. I was like, damn, that shit crazy. So I was just chilling, I was waiting. He said they're going to call you. So I ended up getting a call. I was with my mom. Yeah, this was right before we was going to the Golden Driving School, to get my hours and shit. So I was sitting in the car. I told my mom they're about to call me. So I get a PA number pop on my phone. So I answer. I'm like, hello. They're like, there was Ali, what's up? I was like, yeah, what's up, whatever. They was like, yeah, we just want to let you know that we're gonna offer you a full ride. You a fucking beast. That's what I'm like, yo, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, bro. But yeah, that shit was crazy.
That's the craziest feeling, bro. That's for me, my junior year. So my junior year was the first year I started and I played linebacker. So that was a year that we really started going crazy. So we started playing a national schedule and stuff. Playing on ESPN and all of that. And then after that season, I had 120 tackles or something. I was all state and all that. But after the season, I still didn't get any offers. So I remember I was eating lunch one time with one of my bros. I just seen him actually. His name's Jawan. He played O-line in the league actually. Yep. So I was with him. Jawan had mad offers. He was a 5-star at every school in the country.
Yeah, because he was getting them with Bro, right?
Yeah, he was with Jawan at Florida State, Michigan, all of that. So I'm eating lunch with Jawan. I'm like, bro, I don't got no offers yet, bro. He's like, Liam, just be patient, bro. They're gonna come, be patient. So I'm like, yo, I worked my ass off. I snapped this year. Where are my offers? We won the chip and all. I'm like, yo. So then, like, the next day, bro, like, we working out. Then my coach, he's like, yo, Saleem, come here, man, come here. So I come over, it's the Boston College coach. He was like, yeah, man, I just want to let you know, we want to give you a full ride to Boston College, this and that. Bro, I was so hyped, bro, but it's crazy, though, because, like, after that moment, I probably was getting, like, 5-6 calls a day from just every. So that's how it is. It's like basically schools just be waiting for that one school, and then once you get that one school, they just start flooding in. So then at that point, you feel me, like I feel like I'm the man and shit. You feel me? You know, like I'm on the coast of one. Like yeah, it was good hanging up. Yeah, it was good. You feel me? So you feel like you're the man. But nah, that process is definitely like a crazy process. You feel me? Like being in school, they call you out of class. Oh, Miami. Like, it's just a crazy experience. Anybody that went through that could vouch for that. That's an amazing experience.
I want to ask you, so, you know, with both you guys going through that, you know, being heavily recruited, you said you had coaches calling you and everything. What can you give to that, you know, that junior in high school right now? You know, any advice, any game you could give to them about just being patient, or, you know, how to find the right school? What coach is just selling you on the dream? What coach is actually planning to rock you out and play you? Like, what's any game or advice you can give to the young athletes who are going through the same stuff you guys are, you know, went through?
For sure. So what I would say is, I would just say make your own decision, because especially a lot of people that in certain areas, you're that guy. You feel me? So you got people around you looking up to you, or you got people around you looking at you as that person. So they gonna try to sway you to do this, and that. But even your parents, like at the end of the day, don't let anybody sway you to make a decision. You make your own decision based off of what you like. You feel me? And as far as the coaches, as far as the school, like you'll go to the school and just feed off the energy. You feel me? Like when you go there, you feel me? If the energy feels off, then it's probably off. You feel me? Just trust your instincts. Trust your gut. Don't let nobody talk you out of something that you want to do. If you want to do it, then go ahead and do it. Don't let nobody sway you a certain way. Don't let no coach try to sway you to do you. To make the decision, you choose by you choosing. Don't let nobody sway you a certain way. And then one thing I will also say is, anytime you go to a school, always talk to the players, because the players going to keep it real with you. I went to schools and coaches will butter me up, oh, this, and that, because they want you to come to school. They're going to say whatever. Go to the players, and the players going to keep it real. Because I've been to schools where the coaches wanted me real bad. I'll go to the players, but like, you like the school? They're like, man, hell no, don't come here. Like, so the coaches, the players, they'll keep it real with you. So that's my main advice. If you go to a school, ask the players if they like it, and they'll let you know what it is. You feel me? So
yeah, coaches are definitely trying to sell that. That's their game. I mean, they're trying to sell their program to the players that they're trying to come to their program at the end of the day, because that looks good on them. So you know, that is definitely, I definitely like that piece of advice. You know, making sure you talk to players, making sure that you get a good vibe, because again, this is a lot. I feel like we see a lot of players now enter the transfer portal because they weren't 100% committed to that school, or didn't, you know, take that extra time to find out, like, is this the right school for me? And ultimately, you don't want to be always, you know, in this transfer portal and stuff like that. You want to, you know, find a school and you want to kind of stick out with it and ride with it, so you can see the journey throughout the whole time. So that's my 2 cents that I wanted to just throw in there.
For sure.
Yeah, I think, and then also, like, and kind of, you know, want to touch on your time at your respective universities, whether it's, you know, Wagner, Kutztown for you, Ali. But, you know, thinking about the biggest play you made in your sports career, and Liam, we hear you picked off Mr. Deshawn Watson, who has his whole thing going on right now, but definitely one of the top, you know, 5 quarterbacks in the league when he's playing football. What was that like? Playing against Clemson, taking it from Deshawn Watson. What happened on that play?
And Clemson too, right?
Yeah, that was like my freshman year in Clemson. So it was crazy though. Like, it was just crazy because that was like my first year getting the game. I was a freshman. You know, I was playing it out here and there. And that game, like, I don't know if I'm going to play, but I was like, if I do get in, I'm going to make something shake, you know? So
yes, sir.
It was basically, I didn't play the whole game, basically. I played one play. Like, during the course of the season, I started here and there, you know, but I was still young, so they didn't really want to just throw me out there a lot. So it was like towards the end of the season, and I barely played that game. I got in maybe 1 or 2 plays, and I remember I had a dream, like, about catching a pick. I had a dream about that, and I was like, I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. So one of the players on my team, they got hurt, one of the linebackers, Clemson in the goal line, right? Yep. They about to, this touchdown about to end the game. And one of my boys that played linebacker, an older dude, he got hurt. So he was like, I got to come out for one play. So they were just like, Liam, just get in. Like, they just threw me in. So I was like, fuck it, I got in. this shit was just like slow mo. Look, caught the ball, bro, just started running, bro. Like, and it was crazy though, cause like when it happened, like obviously I had a lot of plays in my career that I love, but that play was just crazy, cause like when it happened, I was on the sideline and everybody was talking to me. I was just sitting around looking like, yo, I just did that shit. So it was just, and then we won the game. So yeah, like I had great games in my career, but that was a great game too. You know, just how the whole transpired. We won the game and stuff. You know, so
I got
definitely a good memory.
I gotta ask before we get on to Ali's moment. What was you get that big win on Clemson? You know, you like you said, you hop in the game, you make a crazy play. What was that locker room environment like after you just upset Clemson with Deshawn Watson and quarter? They had like Hunter Renfro running routes over there.
Yeah, Mike
Is T. Higgins still there too? I don't know. T. Higgins.
Nah, he wasn't there
yet. No.
Definitely
they had Mike Will. They had some dogs.
They definitely had a lot of players over there.
Dogs,
So what was that? Just that locker room environment after that huge victory, especially after you made the play to put your team in position to win the game.
Yeah, the locker room was definitely crazy. You feel me? Definitely crazy, man. Like, we were lit for sure, man. We were lit, but it was just a good play for me because it really showed me. It's like, nah, I could really do this. I'm really good, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like a good trampoline to the next season when we started doing things, you know. So yeah, we would definitely turn after that game. Definitely turn for sure.
So Ali, any moment that sticks out in your head throughout your whole sports career, any moment, game that you kind of want to highlight that really kind of sticks out for your playing career?
Yeah, so it's not a specific play, but it's like a full game. So this was my junior season. This was after we played. This was our second game of the season after we played in Michigan. Y'all remember we played at Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we played St. Francis in Michigan, and I was playing safety, but I got moved down to linebacker because I couldn't backpedal, right? Cause the B-walk, he was like, yo, you can't backpedal, bro. So he moved down to linebacker.
B-walk.
And then, so the whole first game, I wasn't playing at all because I was behind Drew, who was in top 300 ESPN, right? I was behind Drew. I'm behind Kion, who's playing right now, and my boy Maj. So those are the three linebackers. But my position was Drew's position. He was playing Rover. So, no, he was playing Mike, and Kion was playing Rover. But shit, when Drew got hurt, right? Right before the DePaul game, right before our second game, he got hurt, and he tore his ACL. But we didn't know at the time. He found out like an hour, like 30 minutes before the game. So
damn.
So I'm in the locker room. So like throughout the whole film session, right? I'm watching DePaul. I didn't really play at all. Like, this is like my first like really time getting in. So like the whole week watching film, I'm like, damn. They don't linemen pulling hard. Like they big as hell. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
real talk.
Yeah. So I'm in the locker room, and then this is Friday night, right before the game starts, like 10 minutes before the game starts. I see Drew coming crying and shit. I'm like, damn, bro, I hope he good. And Coach Durango coming, he like, yo, Ali, you about to get in the game. You about to start. He's like, you about to start. I'm like, I bet. He's like, you ready? I said, hell yeah. I was like, I bet. So I get in the game, bro. That was my first like varsity game, first varsity start. I had like 14 tackles and a pick that game. Went crazy, bro. I went crazy. Like that's like.
What team was that again?
That was against DePaul.
Yeah, DePaul.
Stay ready. Stay ready because you never know when that moment's gonna come. Yeah. Injuries happen all the time. That's why I tell everybody you gotta stay ready. And clearly, Ali was more than ready to step into that role.
Told Coach, hell yeah, I like that.
I got you. Yeah,
I like that.
For sure. But from there, we're gonna kind of transition into stuff that you guys are currently doing now. Post career. So what have you guys both been doing, following your collegiate careers? What's kind of been your area of focus so far? I'll let you start, Ali.
Yeah, so like 2020 was a bad year for a lot of people, but for me in particular, it was a blessing. Being away from school, being away from just sports and everything, like the lockdown really just showed me new things in life, like new ways how to make money, new ways how to do all these different things. So you can say like June or July, like my brother, and he's showing me about this market called Forex Market, right? So my cousin, he got me on the phone with my cousin. My cousin started showing me about it, and I was hooked immediately. Like they were showing us, you can put in a trade and make this certain amount of money. You can do this and make this certain amount of money. So we was like, damn, that's crazy. You can make money from your phone. So like 2020, I really started to learn you can make money different ways than just playing football or just fucking rapping or playing sports. And that's what really put me on. So I trade right now in different financial markets, like you can say the gold futures market. I trade index futures. I trade currencies, and just I'm really like grinding on that shit right now, just because I can see what you can get from it. Feel me? It's limitless. You can get as much money as you want from it. So once I get that skill down pat, it's over. Like I could be anywhere in the world. I could be on the beach on my phone, make some money. I could be on a plane on my phone, make some money. I could be in the airport, make some money. I could be right here, make some money. When I get the skill down pat, nobody could take that skill away from me. Nobody could take it away from me. Because it's in here, right?
No, absolutely.
So that's what I'm doing right now.
For sure. And then also, sorry to cut you off, but if you want to check out more game on Forex and all that kind of stuff, he has a YouTube channel, Ali Brightwell, AliBrightwell. Find that on YouTube. Yes, you feel me? Because I know that's like a pretty hefty question in the community. Like, what is the Forex? How you break it down? So he got all that for you. Like I said, find on his page, Ali Brightwell. You know, get the game on the Forex.
I've been in the same field, you know. It's just like you said, man. 2020, I was getting ready for the draft and stuff like that, and 2020 happened, so a lot of stuff got put on hold, you know. So take up time. Like I started trading, really started getting into it as well, you know. So I mean, that's what I'm doing as well too. I'm trading. I'm trading high frequency forex currencies, you know, cryptocurrencies. You know, I'm doing that. So yeah, man, I'm into that. I'm getting a little bit of real estate, you know, just trying to broaden my options, and as well as I'm still playing football. I'm a free agent right now, so you know, I'm just trying to find another league to play in, you know, still work towards that goal, you know. So yeah, man, I'm just cooking up right now, basically, you know.
Sure.
So basically,
definitely seems like, you know, a lot of, you know, good kind of, you know, pivots and like other things to think about outside of sports, specifically thinking about like, you know, Forex, which is foreign exchange, and, you know, kind of think about the amount of currencies that are out there, the amount of different countries that have a currency, and, you know, how those compare to other countries, not just a dollar. You know, what is kind of the simplest way that you guys kind of break down Forex when people are kind of asking you about the career?
So pretty much you're buying and selling currencies against each other. So the Forex market is the biggest financial market in the world. So I know many people are familiar with the stock market. The stock market, I'm not really 100% sure how much it moves a day, but I know the foreign exchange market moves over $7 trillion a day. So it's the biggest financial market in the world. You trade currencies like, for example, you could trade the Great British Pound versus the US dollar. So if I could sell I could sell that currency pair, and which means I'm taking the Great British Pound is going to be, the US dollar is going to be stronger than the Great British Pound. So pretty much all you're doing is selling and buying currencies against each other in the biggest financial market in the world.
I think that's a great kind of example and breakdown. And for you, kind of, Saleem, anything that you learned kind of, you know, while also managing Forex, but also still pursuing a career as a free agent, what have you learned kind of about that? I know that, you know, I have a friend that currently moved down to Texas, you know, and is you know, going to train down there for a little bit with maybe some athletes that are also doing the same thing. What have you learned about the process of after your college career trying to like still go pro?
Yeah, so as far as just everything that I'm doing, the one thing I could say too was I'm really blessed with in 2020, with finding out that there are different ways that you can become rich in life. You feel me? Because growing up, like I said, like when I was younger, I was like, I want to help my family eat and help my family do right. And the only thing I could think of in my mind was rapping or playing sport. You feel me? That's all we know. So I mean, my whole life. And I ended up being good at football, and it wasn't a problem for me. But a lot of people may not be able to reach that. So, like, I mean, it really opened my eyes when I was playing football and it started coming to an end. And then I was like, damn, like, what else can I do other than just play football, you know? So it definitely opened my eyes. It really showed me that you can do other things other than play sports to make money and thrive in life, you know? Because when you're playing football your whole life and you get to a certain level, that's all you do all day. Like in college, that's all I did. School, I mean, I did school, I did work, but football is all I did all day long. You feel me? I didn't really broaden my horizons to different things, you know. So that's what really opened my eyes, is that the fact that there's so much in the world you can do and play football as well. You feel me? That's not the end all be all. There's so much things in life. So I just want to say that for people that might be watching and just playing football and think that's all there is in life. There's so much more to life than just sports. You know, you could love sports and be passionate about it and lock into it, but just don't get down when you gotta do something else or change it up, because sports is gonna end eventually. You feel me? So that's why you gotta, you feel me, just broaden your horizons, look at other things. I'm not saying that when you locked in on sports, focus on something else, because my motto is, when I got a plan A, that's all there is. There ain't no plan B, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So when you locked in, it's cool to be locked in, but just understand that in life there's so much other things in life, you feel me? So
and
sure.
Also a big thing too is just using sports to your advantage as well. Like, how many athletes have been exploited by sports and not getting, you know, whatever the funding they needed, but just using sports to create opportunities for yourself. Like, you know, even just looking at this podcast, when I started playing basketball, it wasn't like I wanted to play basketball to start a podcast about it, but just having the love for the sport, I was able to branch that out into a different avenue, because like you said, it doesn't always have to be just the rapping or the sports. You know, there's so many avenues. And I think with COVID, you know, like what Ali said, kind of sat everybody down, and we all kind of just figured out different ways to, you know, make money, you know, enjoy our time here and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So,
and the thing is too, like, you gotta, but people also understand, like, you gotta use the sport you play, and you gotta figure out how to use that in life, because sports give you all life experiences. Because all y'all play basketball, we play football and stuff. So it's just like, those sports have made us who we are. You feel me? Like, I couldn't even 100%. Imagine where I would be if I ain't played football. You know, like, and y'all probably wouldn't be cool. Think about it, y'all play basketball. Y'all wouldn't even be cool.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So like, sports
would y'all even be like the back? Y'all grew up playing the backyard sports.
We grew up playing. We were just been neighbors.
You feel me? So it's just like sports. Like, sports is a great thing, and just like use it in different ways. You feel me? Like, you can also use the skills you learn in sports to propel you to different things in life. You feel me? Like, with work ethic, like, you gotta work hard to get whatever you want. That's the biggest thing I learned. Like, if you bust your ass and put the work in, you're gonna get results. So like, y'all doing a podcast, y'all already understand, like, we put this work in, our podcast gonna blow up. You feel me? And you know that. You learn that from sport. From seeing it visually, like, I practice all day dribbling, going to game, and you dribbling way better. You feel me?
Exactly.
So it's like, it's a good way to actually see yourself work hard at something and get immediate results from playing sports. And then you realize that if I do something else in life, it's going to translate to that. You feel me? So it's just life lessons that you could take from sport. You feel me? Just learning and putting in the time into it. Just learning different things from it. You feel me?
No, inspiring message. And honestly, I think you guys both touched on it, but that's kind of what this whole podcast is about. The whole Beyond the Game type message is to show, you know, these current athletes now and these kids nowadays, like, you don't need just sports. Like, there is life after sports for a lot of people. Like, you know, only a very, very small percentage of human population play professionally and make good money playing professionally too. So there are other avenues that you can kind of, you know, dive into. And you guys have brought another avenue that our viewers can now dive into. Real quick, Ali, if you want to give a quick promotion for your YouTube, again, if you just want to shout it out, where they can catch it at. You know, let them know where to find that. It's all on the foreign exchange market. Just talk a little bit about it, where they can find it, and then Ty, you can get right into the read after that.
You can follow me on YouTube and Instagram. Everything's my name, Ali Brightwell, AliBrightwell. So follow me, and I just give out game and I give out life advice too. So.
Sure. Ali, and also too, promote that hoodie you got on too, my boy.
I got Solely Vogue on. It's my girl hoodie. I mean, my girl's brand. It's 100% eco-friendly, so there's no like child slavery, like doing the work. It's all good for the energy. I mean, for the environment. It's made from recyclable materials. So yeah, check it out.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely, and make sure y'all check that out for sure. But in the meantime, we gotta try to pay some bills ourselves. So this episode is sponsored and brought to you guys by The Villa. The Villa is a sneaker, streetwear, and vintage clothing store brand located in Ridgewood, New Jersey. The Villa carries the most exclusive, sought-after sneakers and clothing on the market, from Jordans, Dunks, V-Loans, Essentials, and so much more. The Villa provides the hottest items at the best prices. Whether you're from America or across the world, The Villa ships worldwide, giving people all over the chance to get their hands on the most popular brands and fashion items. The Villa gets you new inventory every day, so don't miss out. Follow them on Instagram at By The Villa. That's BUYTHEVILLA. And check them out at the website www.bythevilla.com. And you can order from wherever in the world. The link will be in our description for you guys to go check them out.
Facts. Hey, Valentine's Day, less than a month away. Get your boo something nice from By The Villa, or you get yourself some Juice Crew merch. We got you guys on the way soon. Stay tuned.
Yes,
Stay tuned.
Let me promote something.
Yep, go ahead.
Also too, if you try and get into learn about cryptos, learn about the foreign exchange, like my little brother. Also, if you also trying to learn how to rent out properties, fix and flip, rent out long-term rentals,
Sure.
just get with me, man. I can help you get started. Most definitely. No matter if you never did it before, or if you've did 100 houses, come get with me. I can help you. And there's in the Forex field and crypto field as well. You can follow me on Instagram at LeemDawg, LEEM_DAWG, man. So
Tap in with him. I mean, you guys already heard from how he talks. He's a very motivated guy, locked in. He'll get the job done. So, hey, tap in with him. You're going to see the results.
All of those will be in our description.
Yes, sir.
Durant Ali, Saleem, By The Villa. You'll see it all in our description. Definitely don't miss out. But without further ado, while we kind of, was able to kind of get some history and background on you guys, you got to do what we really love to do with our guests, and that's to dive into what's happening in sports today. D-Lo, and anything to take it away?
Well, we do got a little bit of stuff to talk about here. Real quick, since the national championship just finished up, you guys both played college football. What did you guys think about the game? If you want to give a little feedback on how you guys think. I thought Alabama was going to take it.
Yeah,
again.
I thought so too. I remember he
had
had Georgia the first time, so they met.
I don't know why, but I bet on the chip.
I had Georgia as well.
Look, bro, when I bet on the chip, I'm never wrong, bro. I don't know why, bro. Any college championship, I'm never wrong.
I'm gonna remember that next year. I got
get with me.
$1,000.
When you need a parlay,
you say, Lee.
Get with me when it's in college. Get with me. I got you.
Clearly, I needed some advice from you. Thank God I didn't put any money.
Oh yeah,
you
kept bread in my pocket.
Yeah, you good? You chilling?
Hold on. Speaking of money, hold on. We gotta talk about something, my brother. Just I'm gonna inform you guys. We got a nice little bet going on.
I don't remember this.
What's it called? Liam, I gotta bring you on there. I gotta inform the guests, but Liam told me Lakers are winning this year. I just want to get a little mid-season, check your temperature on that. How we looking? Bron getting 30 every night though. That's crazy, but they losing by goddamn 30 every night. So what's going on with the Lakers?
I don't know, man.
They need you out there, bro.
I don't know what they need. They need something.
Yeah.
I still got faith though. I still got a little bit of faith.
Just because of Bron?
You feel me? Just because it's Bron, he the GOAT. You feel me? So
I'm not gonna hold you.
King James.
Liam. I mean, we done had some conversations off air, and I'm kind of happy I didn't go on the record because Landon and D-Lo know that I felt like, I feel like people were looking at how they was looking at Tom Brady last season early on when he was kind of struggling. I'm like, yo, y'all really about to count Bron out like that? Like literally 2 days after I made that statement, AD got hurt, and it hasn't looked good for this team. But you know what? I'm not saying I still have faith. But I got to see what it looked like after All-Star break. Like, I can't believe that this team has LeBron James looking maybe the best he's looked. Probably, I mean, it's probably not the best because, the Heat days was crazy, but he looks really good. So
I'm excited to see Russ after the break, too, because if I'm not mistaken, Russ usually kind of go crazy. Like, after, that All-Star break, he kind of throws up his numbers.
AD not there either.
We'll see.
Come back. So we got a Laker fan, we got a Warriors fan. So it's only right that we do our typical start cut bench segment here. So we're gonna start off with the basketball list that we got here. All right, so we got start, cut, bench. You guys are familiar with the format. You pick one that you want to start, you pick one that you want to cut, and you pick one that you want to bench. So the 3 athletes we got here in the NBA for you guys, we got Stephen Curry, obviously from the Golden State Warriors. We got LeBron James from the LA Lakers.
Yep.
And then to spice it up, we got Kevin Durant.
Pretty
from the Brooklyn Nets.
Recognizable names to say the least.
Of course. So Ali, I'm gonna start with you. Start, cut, bench. You got Steph, Bron,
you can start.
You got it.
All right, so I'm starting Steph.
And the biases begin.
It's kind of KD and LeBron. That's kind of a hard pick, but it's like we seen what Steph and KD could do together. So I'm going with KD.
Ooh.
That's 3.
So you're cutting LeBron.
I know Lee.
We might have to go. We might have to jump right to Lee. Lee, how you feeling?
Bro, not hard. Start Bron. That's the best player of all time. I know the Jordan fans. Bron, the best player of all time.
Already?
Yes, Bron, the best player of all time. Bron is starting. I fuck with I fuck with Steph. You feel me? He got the little 3. You feel me? But KD Arsenal is KD can do every single thing. Yeah. Steph got them 3. He the greatest 3-point shooter of all time.
I was about to say.
But KD, if he wanted to be the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, he could be. You feel me? So KD is benched, and then you feel me? Got to cut my man Wardell. You feel me?
Game of Thrones stuff.
Okay. I think we know where I'm going. I'm going KD starting. I'm starting KD. I got to bench Bron because to me, I can't say he's the greatest all time, but I got him at number 2. So no knock on that. But any list you got to put him at number 2. So I'm gonna bench Bron there just because of where they're at this point. I feel like in their career, I think KD's a little bit better than him right now. And then sorry, Steph, I love you. You're the man.
You're a goat, bro. You're a goat.
But in this combo, I don't know if you could really get to the other 2.
Yeah, it's tough. Talk to me, flat man.
I thought I would do something differently, but honestly, I think I'm gonna keep it the same as with D'Lo. Y'all know KD, my favorite player, so I'm definitely starting Kevin Durant. I think he can go down as the greatest scorer of all time. Like the different ways that he could score the basketball and
efficiency too. Yeah,
he could do it. I don't think we'll see another player do that.
Sure.
And then I gotta bench Bron just because if think about what would we really be talking about if Bron and KD played together instead of Steph and KD? Like we don't even need the Clay. We don't need no Draymond. We don't need none of that. That's all we need. And so I'm definitely thinking, start KD, bench Bron, and unfortunately gotta cut the greatest 3-point shooter of all time.
All right, wait, hold up. So
it's not even an argument.
So
What's the argument?
I just got a question. So I start, cut, and bench, right? How is it? Is it like 1-on-1?
No, this is just how you're kind of rating them.
You're building a team.
Yeah, like you're building a team around one of them.
Like you're a GM.
Who you going with first, second, and third out of those 3?
Like granted, say you're at a park and you got first, you got first pick type thing. Like who you picking up? You got them 3 options. Start one, cut.
If you're running your own team and you got these 3 and you only can start one, you only can bench one, and you gotta cut one.
Exactly.
How are you kind of lining that up?
So for my 3, damn. I mean, I kind of want to go uniform with you guys. To be frank with you, yeah. I mean, it's tough. I got the KD and Bron like right there because it's like, man, we've been seeing Bron do this for like how long, bro. And he had like 3-4 different primes, but then it's like KD. I like to call him a wizard. Like that's the best description I could describe him when I see him play basketball. He just looks like a wizard playing basketball out there. So I got to go with the 7-foot monster with the guard skills and the 50, 40, 90 jump shot. But then I got to go Bron. I mean, I'm sorry to hurt you with the Steph.
I'm not gonna finish.
But it's tough because, Steph got the 3s, but Bron, what's Bron? 6'8", 2 what? And now he got the logos in his game, facilitating. He's in like this 30-point streak now, and it's ridiculous. I mean, granted, I'm cutting Steph, but it's not like an easy cut. I'll give you that, but I don't know if Steph could
make the tough decisions on this show.
That's what they're for.
So did the Warriors play the Lakers this year so far?
They sure did.
Sure did.
Wait, who won?
I don't mean.
What about the Nets?
Is Steph Curry better? Is Steph Curry better than Bron, bro? Honestly, bro.
No.
Okay. That made your argument right there, Lee?
KD and Steph, you could try to, but Bron is like separated from both of them, bro. It's not even.
This is what happens when you do a start cut bench with Steph and Bron fans. It gets a little hectic, but we'll move on.
Hey, going into those 3 players, those 3 have been in a rivalry with each other for quite some time. Like between those 3, the last about 10 years, they've all been rivals within that group of each other.
Bron got his first ring on KD for real.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Vice versa, fact.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But Steph too. Steph got his first one
First ring on Braun, yeah.
Yes, they connected.
Everything.
We gonna be at. We
That's
gonna have some
without
stories.
KD. That's without KD too.
Yeah, without KD.
People forget about that.
So I know we can't have you guys both on the show and not get into some NFL, and we have another start cut bench on that one for you all. But before we get into that, I just wanted to get some Super Bowl picks. This is gonna come out probably a week from today, and so you guys got to think about this. If either of you pick the Rams or the Cardinals, that very much could be over. and same with anybody else on the field. But first with you, Ali, who do you got winning the Super Bowl this year?
I'll say Green Bay or the Bucks.
Green Bay.
Can't go wrong with those
ones.
I don't know. Want to say, I don't know. I like the Rams or the Cardinals. I can't choose between them. So I feel like whoever wins that game being the Super Bowl, Bucks, and then the AFC. I don't know, man.
It's tough.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs might go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So start cut bench for the NFL. What are we doing?
So we got some studs. I know we got some defensive players. They moved around safety, moved around, played a little linebacker. So we're gonna go defensive today. We got Mr. Aaron Donald, as you mentioned, from the Rams. We got Mr. TJ Watt, who's been balling this year. You feel me? Feel like he's always tackling the quarterback. And then last but not least, we got the new young blood, Micah Parsons. Let me get a start cut bench from them three. You got Aaron Donald, TJ Watt, Parsons.
Aaron Donald, bro, that's a motherfucker.
You staying with
bro.
Pitt?
That's the best defensive, probably one of the best. That's the best defensive tackle of all time. Defensive lineman of all time. Mm-hmm. Probably one of the best defensive players of all time. He's not even done yet, bro. Like, so AD, he's starting, bro. That motherfucker, he's starting. Then you got TJ Watt. He tied. He just tied Michael Strahan's sack record. You feel me? So you got bench TJ Watt. He probably the defensive player of the year this year. You feel me? And Michael Parsons, I'm gonna cut him, but Michael Parsons, he tough. You feel me? Like I played him in Penn State. He tough. So you feel me? He's still young. You feel me? So I mean, he obviously not on their level yet, but that's not saying he can't be in the future. You feel me? So start AD, bench TJ Watt, and cut Michael Parsons.
For sure, Ali will throw that. Same question to you.
Anything different?
I probably did that too. I probably did that too.
Okay.
Well, I guess I gotta make things a little interesting.
Shake something up, Flop.
I love Aaron Donald, and he definitely going to start. I think I'm gonna bench, and as much as I hate the Cowboys, I'm gonna bench Micah Parsons right now. I just think that the way he could play both linebacker and on the defensive line is something that, and I know TJ could do it a little bit too, but not as much as Micah. I think, and I heard someone say it the best. Like if his job was just to play linebacker, he could be the tackle leader for the season. And if his job was just to rush the passer, he'd have a chance to be the sack leader. So I think I like how dynamic he is. I know it's really early, and I know he has more to prove, but my vote of confidence is that he'll prove it, and that he'll definitely make this an easier conversation going forward. I love me some TJ Watt though, so that is hard. But that's my
showing
third.
some Cowboy love time.
Ooh,
I'm
you
surprised.
really NFC East, dog?
Look, I
had him as my defensive player of the year too. So
He
I kept trying to tell you he wasn't going to win. I kept telling you it was either going to be TJ Watt or Myles Garrett. I think TJ Watt got it locked up now, tying that sack record though.
Yeah, beast.
Yeah. But I do see a defensive player of the year in Parsons' future one day. But I'm gonna have to go the same route that Lehman Ali took. Aaron Donald, I'll start him just because he's probably, like you said, one of the best defensive, if not the best defensive player in the league right now. TJ Watt just tied the sack record, so I got to go with him at number 2. And I have to cut the young bull, but you know what? He's full of energy. He's full of life. I'm excited to see what he does, just not against the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a good one. I mean, it's tough. It's tough really to argue against what you guys were saying. I'll probably do AD, just because I could speak on, just playing with him in Madden, even though that's a video game. It's crazy, bro. You play against AD and you try to do anything remotely up the middle, it's just like in real life. He shuts that down, and it's crazy because as a D tackle, like the body type, it's not like he's some like a Vita Vea. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's just an animal. But they got like a 6-pack too on the D line. It's ridiculous. So I got to do I'm benching TJ Watt because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I saw what he was doing against Baker. And it looked like bullying. Like it just looked like he was just bullying Baker out there. He was on everything Baker wanted to do. I was like, okay, yeah, this dude, he's just different. And then Michael Paterson, young bull, lot, like D'Lo said, a lot of energy, changed the culture over there too. So, definitely somebody to keep an eye out on. I feel bad that you guys got him and Chase in the division, but you guys will figure it out. You guys will figure it out. So that's my 3.
Oh, yeah, that kind of wraps us up here. I mean, I thought that went really well, really smooth. El, if you want to close it out from here, any last couple thoughts there for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the favorite. It's a bittersweet part of the video because my favorite part I get to promote the lovely merch, but it is the bitter part because we gotta end an absolute banger episode we had today. But as always, like, share, comment on the video, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the.Juice Crew. Look us up on YouTube, The Juice Crew Podcast. Shout out to my man Ali Brightwell. You can look him up on the free game about trading currencies in the foreign exchange market. Holla at my boy Saleem. You want some real estate moves, anything you really want to tap into, look into these guys. Like I said, merch is on the way. We will have you guys dripped very soon. That is a promise. We will have you guys dripped out very soon. Anything else?
That's
it. I just want to thank you guys again for coming on. And
yes, sir.
We
Appreciate
really
you guys.
Of course, bro.
Having you guys on and spend some knowledge for our viewers.
And as always,
family,
for
man.
sure. As always, you made it to this part of the video. Once again, thank you so much, guys. This has been another great episode of the Juice Crew Podcast, where ex-athletes dive into and beyond the game. Glasses up. We will catch you on the next cup, guys. Peace.
Guys.